first and current wife. She's done a lot for me in the preparation to this wedding because I can't remember a lot. She helps me with it. So thank you very much. Right, as James has already done much of the welcoming and thank yous, I shan't say any more. Yay. Although it's nice to see so many people turn up considering James's ongoing popularity. As many of you may know, I had the misfortune of becoming James's older brother in 1981. My parents decided during an already busy year in 1980 that having another child would be a benefit to them, not to me. Eager to repeat their success, in 1982 Richard followed. Needless to say that whilst it was evident that both myself and Richard were boys due to our neat haircuts, velour tracksuits and pasty white complexions, James is something of a misnomer, with his natural long curls, ruby red cheeks and tight shorts. Things came to a head on an early holiday when we went to play a bout of mini golf. Once my dad asked the man in question for 3 children and 1 adult. We didn't ask my mum to play because she's no good. The man got the clubs and passed them out. He said, 1 for you. He handed it to Richard. 1 for you, and he handed it to me. And he said, 1 for the little girl. Well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. At which point James got very upset and demanded his hair, fine locks and all, be cut off at the very. He drew a beard on his face and stayed by there. Only after watching it off and the moment too long. As a child, we had the great fortune to live in the middle of nowhere. Protecting ourselves from the ruffians that lived up the road in Ringwood. And James found much time scribbling away in his little bedroom, attempting to get his newfound career in book writing off the ground. He wrote into Jimmy Savile. Willing to publish his books. Oh. A questionable reply was received. As we grew older and we moved toward Ringwood, James liked to enjoy more sociable activities. His favourite was role-playing, occasionally in costume. Oh. The worlds of Games Workshop, models, rulers, paints and weekends at Bournemouth allowed him to dive in head first into the Games Workshop store, where the happiest times of his adolescent life occurred as he knocked out people far and wide with 2 dice and a potion card. Where would he have been, of course, without me, though? Never a dry eye in the house. Usually because James used to splash everyone with his drink as he danced. More of which you'll see later this week. His great attraction to the world of social role-playing and dressing up continued for many years until he was forced to get a real job. He worked hard at insurance firms and JP Morgan before landing a job that has made him into the man you now see before you. Yes, James, as a policeman, can now purchase cakes without question. James's personal life, of course, has always been one of mystery and contention. Mainly because no other girl has lived up to his increasingly high standards. However, Kerri clearly is his dead ringer for love. Kerri somehow seems something in James worth holding on to her credit and our relief, excitement, that she's taken on this challenge, although only to a point. When recently coming home and faced with James dressed as an elf in her goblin costume awaiting Kerri quite forcefully said, "I would do anything for love." I recall one of the first times I met them as a couple, and numerous times after, I often seemed to find they were wearing similar clothes. Luckily enough, they haven't done that today. Although I could no longer distinguish between the 2 of them, I nicknamed them Jerry. So now please ask you all to raise a glass to Jerry. Jerry! It's always a pleasure pleasure to welcome new people into the family. And Kerri, looking as lovely as she does today, and she does look fantastic, is a wonderful addition. No, I mean Kerri and James, and I used her name first, I truly hope you have a long and exciting future ahead of you. As a brother, I'm always here for anything you need, and I hope I can continue to count on you in the times ahead. So, once again, a glass to the bride, a glass to their future, and a glass to the new Mr. and Mrs. Batty.
Mr. and Mrs. Batty.
Thank you all ever so much. Now, we will be having pudding shortly. I'll probably go and have to inform someone that you're waiting. Thank you very much. Thank you ever so much.